Joining us now here in the studio, Vincent J. Russo with another In the Legal Know. And boy, we are starting out with some new legislation that is protecting the rights of New Yorkers with disabilities. And, you know, Vincent, tell us about this. This just happened.
That's right. It happened in July, July 26th. The governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, signed a new legislative package of laws that affect people with disabilities in a positive way. And so this is really exciting good news. The new law, supportive decision-making, allows an individual to maintain their right to make decisions and control their lives, their autonomy. And so the law encourages this. And so this is a big change because previously one was left with guardianship law, that if someone lacked the ability to make their own decisions, then they would have to have a court proceeding and a guardian appointed. And so now we're encouraging a less restrictive situation for individuals, allowing them to really participate and control their lives.
So you saw a real need for this law.
Yes, yes, absolutely. When an individual has an intellectual or developmental impairment or disability, and they're not able to make their own decisions, then one has to go into what's called an Article 17A guardianship. And those guardianships are set up under the law that you, in effect, give up your rights to make decisions, and someone else takes over. But there's that middle ground. There's so many people who just need some help, just help with making the right decisions. And so this law is that middle ground.
Yeah, tell us more about the benefits of the law.
Yeah, so individuals who have special needs have had trouble controlling their own lives and making their decisions and having people accept those decisions. So that might be going to the bank or dealing with a healthcare provider or in the education system, an educator. So now this law will allow them to be the one making the decisions with the help of others, family members, caregivers, trusted friends.
Okay, that is called, they are called a supported decision-making agreement, correct?
Right. So it starts with, we can keep this chart here for a moment, because it starts with how the law gets implemented is by the individual who's called a decision maker signing a written agreement called a supported decision-making agreement. And that agreement's in effect going to allow them to retain their civil and legal rights and have their decisions respected and accepted. And that's the critical part.
Okay, this is an agreement between
a decision maker, the individual with special needs, and a supporter or supporters. Those are the individuals who are going to help make the decision.
Okay.
And so there's a process here.
That's, yeah.
And it's going to get complicated, and we're just going to have to see how the laws get implemented. But the process will be there's a facilitator, a third-party person who's going to step in and work with the decision maker and the supporters and actually come up with like a contract, an agreement as to what help does the individual need, who's going to help them, and in what way.
So these agreements will be different for each person?
Correct.
Okay.
And outside of the court. So now there's no court proceeding, no expense, no time delays, but the process is going to take time. They're estimating six to 9 months of going through the process of coming up with the agreement.
Okay, to make an agreement you expect for a long time. The role of the supporters here will be what? Yeah,
so good question. They're there to help facilitate and implement decisions, but they won't have the legal right to make them. So they won't be able to sign a contract on behalf of the individual, the decision maker, but they'll be there to help them with the process of gathering information, considering options, discussing the consequences of any sort of decision, and then helping implement that decision with a third-party provider like a bank officer, an educator, social services.
Do you foresee most of these supporters will be family members, or could you choose someone outside your family for this?
You can choose outside, but most will be family members.
Okay.
In my opinion, yeah. It'll be the ones who are connected to that individual. But this is really important for the special needs community. They have been demanding this because of the stigma, the stereotyping, that if someone is autistic or has a CP, that somehow they can't make their own decisions and control their own lives. And these are human beings who have the ability to do it, many of them. And so now we're going to give them a place where they can move forward in a positive way and can keep their rights and get the help they need.
So you're very happy about this
Yeah,
fight.
you can tell I'm excited.
Yeah, I can tell, right? This fight for expanded rights, and,
Right.
and it, it's happened.
That's right.
Okay, the law, the governor signed it.
It's in place.
In place right away.
That's right.
If someone wants more information, where do they go? I mean, do you think a lot of people don't know about it yet?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is breaking news.
Okay.
And so the Office of People with Developmental Disabilities, OPWDD, that would be the place where to make a phone call and to ask them about this.
Okay.
Or the special needs attorney, our firm and other firms like us are available.
Always. And you're available for us for the rest of the year. We'll see
Yeah.
we'll have another In the Legal Know very soon.
Looking forward to it.
Always. Thank you, Vincent.